Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin Bubble News channel. I believe there was a war on capital and a war on COVID. When someone says, I'm going to charge you 1% for all your money in the bank, that sounds a lot like a war on capital, doesn't it? That's when we had to decide whether to die quickly, slowly, or take a chance. Bitcoin Bubble stands out because it is clear and easy to understand. There's no limit to who can join, no matter how much they know about crypto or how new they are to it. Guess who is watching us now? Robert Kiyosaki is the author of the best-selling book Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We'd also like to use this chance to thank everyone who put their trust in us. The best part is that it's free, and we read all of them. If you sign up now, you'll get all the new information for free. Stay ahead of the trends instead of just following them. Sign up for Bitcoin Bubble right now and enjoy the new edge. Michael Saylor, an American businessman and co-founder of MicroStrategy, answers some interesting questions about Bitcoin science, technology, wealth, and new ideas in today's movie. On the one hand, our cash was making no interest, but on the other hand, the SP index was going up, stocks were hitting an all-time high, and it was clear that financial assets were going up. The cost of capital was about 12%. If the cost of capital was 12%, then I'm not making any money for the next 4 years to meet the 12% return on my capital. The shareholders are going to rise up. Because of this, we were afraid of losing our workers and our shareholders, and we had a lot of cash that wasn't worth anything. The central bankers then said, we're not even going to think about raising interest rates. Then some central bankers said, we think interest rates should go down. That means our main product was a debt. People who were important to us were likely to leave, which made our owners unhappy. That's what the paradigm shift is all about. How does the fast death work? The quick death is giving the money back to the investors. If we were to just buy back the stock, the business would not be growing, employees would work from home, there would be no shareholders, and the stock would trade for $2 million a day with no volatility. Since there is no movement and no liquidity, the stock options are not worth anything. But the stock options are how you pay your workers. They will be hired by the trillion-dollar companies that have extra cash, stocks, and companies that are growing. The stocks should be valuable stock options. We would die quickly if we gave back the city. The business would have to be sold. The slow death means keeping the money, but the stock options are worthless. A lot of the human capital is lost. People who own shares are leaving. We get lost. After falling to a 6-month low of around $49,755, Bitcoin's price has gone up by about 18.5% in just over a week. But because of a mix of technical and on-chain indicators, the price of the coin may go down even more in the next few weeks. The number of long-term holders and earnings have gone down along with BTC's ongoing correction cycle. Based on a running average of 30 days, about 83% of matured Bitcoin users, those who have had the cryptocurrency for more than 155 days, were making money as of August 16th. Long-term investors who made money in March made up about 96% of all investors. A lot of BTC kept in profit is often seen as a sign of fear of missing out, FOMO, which happens before or at the same time as price drops. Because of this on-chain signal, the price of Bitcoin may go down in the next few days if LTAs decide to take gains. As was already said, ascending triangles are bullish reversal signals when the trend is down. So Bitcoin's strong close above its 54 HEMA could make it more likely that it will rise toward the upper trend line of the triangle, which is in line with its 204 HEMA, or the blue wave, at around $59,240. If the price closes above the upper trend line, the ascending triangle breakout scenario is likely to happen, with a gold price of around $70,000 on the upside. Edwards says Bitcoin's price is behind that of gold, which is seen as a safe haven. To show this, he put Bitcoin's chart on top of gold's chart and saw that it is 3 months behind gold's move. Gold has already broken out of its previous downward consolidation trend, and Bitcoin may follow suit. As a general rule, Edwards said, macro Bitcoin trends are often a few months behind gold. He also said that the cryptocurrency's outlook for growth is good. The Federal Reserve's possible rate cuts could make the picture for Bitcoin even better. When rates go down, it costs less to hold assets that earn interest, like US bonds. This makes people want to keep riskier assets, like stocks and crypto. There is a lot of gold out there, but the supply grows by 2% every year, so gold is not doing better than the SP index. That also wouldn't work because you can't. After that, we wondered if we could buy a house. But how do you buy a collection of real estate worth $500 million that you can sell quickly? The The trouble was that interest rates determine how much a house is worth. So if interest rates drop to zero, the value of real estate triples. Because of this, home prices were very high by the summer of 2020 because the interest rate was so low. Then you ask yourself, what's left? Art, how do I find a diverse collection of well-priced, high-quality arts? Not simple. After crossing everything off the list, we wondered if it were possible to fix the flaws in gold. What about gold in the cloud? That's how we got to crypto. And the thought behind digital gold is this: what if I could make 21 million gold coins, make them virtual, move them at the speed of light, and then stop anyone else from making more gold coins? What if I used a computer to move them? I thought, that sounds like magic gold. It would be different if God came down from heaven and said, look, I'm going to run the money system. There will be 21 million holy coins made by me. They are going to be kept in heaven. I'll let you break them down indefinitely. I will let you move them mentally between any two partners. Just make sure that no one scams the other. I promise to always do the work for almost nothing. That sounds like something you'd be okay with. That's probably a better deal than everything else you're going to get. However, since no God is willing to do that for you, the next best thing would be to use security, the internet, and semiconductor technology to make that system our own. That's pretty much what Satoshi did. Satoshi made a crypto network, which is like pure gold used in medicine. It was what Satoshi called a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. That method turned into a kind of crypto gold. We were looking for something to trade in our dollars for. What do we have in the treasury? Everything else was either too expensive, broken, or not good enough from a regulatory point of view because they were stocks and not commodities. We finally found something that might work, and now you have to read this. There are 10,000 prints though. Who won? Bitcoin won the 10,000 copies then. Was it against the law? No, it didn't look like it would be banned because the IRS had marked it as property in 2014. The last part was that it had been hacked. Satoshi also has 1 million coins. When we looked at it, it was worth $10 billion. This morning it was worth $60 billion. The people who want to get those 1 million coins can't hack it either. I thought it must be pretty hard to hack if no one has figured out how to steal $10 billion that's lying around in plain sight. After we knew all of that, we started our Bitcoin path. Even though people kept buying Bitcoin, it dropped below $58,000 on August 16th after losing 4.2% in the previous week. Titan of Crypto, a technical analyst, says that Bitcoin could still reach $66,000 by September if past chart trends after halving are anything to go by. In a post on August 15th, he or she wrote, "In the past, the fourth month after a halving has always been a good time for #BTC to close above the price of the split. If this trend keeps up, September could be a good month for prices above $66,000. However, well-known expert Rec Capital says that Bitcoin's price must first break through a big obstacle around $61,700. The expert said in a post on August 14th that the local highs of $61,700 black are blocking the price. In a strange way, BTC is holding steady between the wedge highs from late June $62.00 black, which are now acting as resistance, and the wedge highs from early July $58,280, which are now acting as support. Also, don't forget to join Bitcoin Bubble. Every day for free, the most important news will be sent to your